Well, you're out early this morning. What have you got there?
Just cosmetics.
Where do you keep all that stuff?
Any place I can find.
Would you like me to make something for you to keep all that in?
You mean like a vanity? Would you, George?
Sure, I'd be glad to.
It wouldn't have to be anything fancy. It'd just have to be a place to hold my moisturizers, mud packs, foundations, powders, blushers, mascara, eyeliner, eyeshadow, curler, lipsticks, and glasses.
Is all that on there now?
Most of it.
Boy, when you wash your face, it must be this big.
Where's Joanna?
She's in the basement doing the laundry.
Honey, would you come up here for a second?
As long as you're doing this, do you think you could build me a swivel stool so I can do this?
What are you guys talking about?
George is going to build me a vanity. Isn't that great?
Stephanie, don't you think you put a little too much emphasis on, how you look?
Well, maybe, but what am I supposed to do? I mean, nobody's ever said to me, gee, Stephanie, you're smart, or gee, Stephanie, you're fun to be with. All I've ever been complimented on are my looks. Frankly, Dick, being attractive can be a real burden.
Yes, it's true.
You don't know how lucky you are. What do you want, honey?
Oh, I have some good news. Paul Fraser called me. He's the host of Book Talk, and he wants me to be his guest this Sunday.
You're kidding. That's wonderful.
Yeah, that's fantastic. What's Book Talk?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen it.
Well, it's a local television program where they interview writers.
About what?
About what they've written.
No wonder I've never seen it.
Well, I'm proud of you. I think it's great.
The most beautiful girl in the world picks my ties out, cooks me dinner, is a winner. Hi, guys. Everybody.
Kurt?
The most beautiful girl in the world cooks me dinner.
I take it Cindy cooked dinner for you last night.
It was unbelievable. We had veal scallopini, carrots vichy, creamed spinach, chantilly potatoes, and French chocolate mousse. But then, I guess when you're in love, anything tastes good. So what's new with you guys?
We just found out Dick's going to be on Book Talk this Sunday.
Book Talk. Is that the show that's on at 4 o'clock in the morning right after Amish aerobics?
No, it happens to be a very highly thought of program on Sunday.
What time Sunday?
It's a filler between the end of the football game and the news.
Certainly sounds like something people take seriously.
Kirk, it doesn't matter what time it's on. It's an honor that Dick has been recognized as a fine writer.
Or a fine filler.
Well, I know I'm going to watch.
Me too.
Not me.
Why not?
Because I'm dating Cindy. I have a life now.
Well, I think the least you can do is take a few minutes out to watch Dick.
This is true. Can I watch it over here? My TV's broken.
Of course. We'll make it a party. We'll pop some popcorn, have some hot cider, and make an afternoon of it.
Boy, that sounds great.
Would you like me to bring something?
Sure, what would you like to bring?
Cindy?
That is fascinating. We're talking to Dick Loudon, author of Let's Build a Barbecue, and we'll be right back after this commercial word.
He's doing great, isn't he?
I can't believe Cindy had to work today.
Kirk, would you stop pouting? She's entertaining at a child's birthday party.
This is what I hate about dating a professional clown. They're always busy on weekends. That should be my time with Cindy.
Kirk, you're being selfish.
I'm being selfish. I'm not the one who picked a day to turn 6.
The commercial is almost over.
Well, big whip.
Kirk, if you don't want to watch, why don't you just go home?
No. If I stay here, at least I know there's someone more bored than I am.
Who's that?
The guy who's talking to Dick.
Welcome back. We're talking to Dick Loudon, author of Let's Build a Barbecue, which you can pick up at your neighborhood bookstore.
No, it's not in the bookstores. It's in the hardware stores.
Oh,
Locally, it can be found at Handy Sam, the hardware man.
Thank you, Dick. You've been a wonderful guest. I'm sorry the game ran long and we didn't have more time to talk.
Well, you know what they say, sometimes a man says more when he doesn't say anything.
Oh. So true, so true. Well, that closes the cover on another Sunday afternoon. This is Paul Fraser for Book Talk saying, keep reading.
Thanks, Dick.
I really enjoyed talking to you. I like your book, too.
Oh, thank you.
Nice program, Paul.
Oh, thanks. Dick, this is our producer, Michael Harris.
Oh, how do you do?
Nice show.
Thank you.
Well, if you two will excuse me, I've got a few calls to make.
Dick, can you spare a moment?
Oh, sure.
I like the way you handled yourself out there. You're witty, you're articulate, you think quick on your seat. I was impressed.
Thank you.
I mean it. You've got poise, charm, and intelligence, and you seem to possess a keen insight into human nature.
Well, you're no slouch yourself.
Let me get right to the point. Paul is leaving us. In fact, this was his last show. We've been looking around for a replacement. I think you'd be perfect.
Me?
Why not?
Well, don't get me wrong. I'm flattered, but I don't have the time.
Well, this doesn't take much time. All you need to do is schedule a guest and read a book a week. You do read, don't you?
You really think I could do it?
Not only do I think you could do it, I think you'd be terrific at it. The show could really use a personality like yours. Not to mention, it would be an opportunity to meet and talk to other writers.
Well, I must admit I would enjoy that part of it.
And you can get anybody you want because it's your show.
Well, there are a few writers out there I'd like to talk with.
Why don't you give it a try?
Okay, what the heck?
Great.
Yeah, I was honored just being a guest on the show. I never thought that I'd be a host. Carson better hope I never do the Tonight Show.
That's wit, right? Right. Love it. Well, see you next Sunday.
What time should I be here?
Just make sure you're here by the 2-minute warning. Al, do we have any Danish?
Do you want me to pick up anything on the way? Okay, well, I'll see you in about 20 minutes. Bye-bye. Oh, hi, Dick. Something I can do for you?
I just came over to say I was sorry to hear that you're leaving.
What? Oh, my God.
Paul, I'm sorry. I was under the impression that leaving was your idea.
No.
But don't leave yet. I'll be right back.
Well, a check with David, get back to me.
Excuse me.
Oh, hi, Dad.
I thought Paul knew he was leaving.
You didn't tell him, did you?
Yes.
Ooh. How'd he take it?
He's crushed. Who wouldn't be? Look, I can't take this job.
Oh, Dick, listen, you don't understand. Paul is leaving, whether you decide to be the new host or not. This decision was made long before we spotted you.
Yeah, but still.
He's been here 15 years. I think they just feel it's time for a new face. Look, it's not even my decision. This comes straight from the president. Of Channel 8, I mean.
And you're sure there's no way that Paul could get his job back?
Dick, they're already out there scraping his name off the parking space. Believe me, you're not squeezing anybody out. You're filling a vacancy.
I still don't like the idea.
But you will do it?
I guess so.
Terrific.
But I'm dedicating next week's show to Paul.
That's a super idea. See you next week.
Elliot, you're a literary agent. You must know some authors. It's not Timbuktu, it's Vermont. Well, I don't care who you get, just get somebody.
Nobody wants to do the show.
I thought you were going to get Norman Mailer.
I was. He turned me down.
You talked to Norman Mailer?
I talked to his agent's secretary. She turned me down. I mean, honey, the only reason I took this job was to meet and talk with authors. I thought they'd be as excited as I am to be on the show.
Well, what are you going to do?
I'll just hope Elliot can come up with somebody. If he doesn't, I may wind up interviewing myself.
Well, is there anything I can do to help?
Can you write a book by Sunday?
I have got great news. Guess who's going to sponsor your show?
Oh, Lord.
You would not believe how cheap it is to advertise on that program.
I don't want to hear.
Are you sure? It's funny.
How are you doing this, Kirk?
It's the perfect tie-in. The host of Book Talk is my neighbor and my best friend.
You quit calling me your best friend? This is not the kind of program where you hawk hamburgers.
Dick, I realize it's a classy show, but I intend to do a classy commercial. That's why I want Joanna to be my spokeswoman for the cafe.
Me?
Joanna?
Honey, I really don't think we both have to be that surprised.
I think you'd be perfect. You're the most sophisticated woman I know.
I am?
Yeah.
What do you think, Dick?
Well, honey, it's up to you, but, I mean, you really want to be seen representing a greasy, crummy cafe?
What would I wear?
Anything you want.
Dick, I know you're worried that Kirk is going to do something embarrassing, but if I were there, I could make sure that didn't happen.
Honey, I told you, if you want to do it, it's up to you.
Well, okay. If everybody really thinks I'd be good.
Great. We have to shoot the commercial on Sunday.
Sunday's fine.
Wait a minute. Neither of us is going to be here on Sunday. I better tell George and Stephanie.
Oh, by the way, they say TV adds 10 pounds to you, so you might want to drop a few beforehand.
Have you seen the producer of the show?
Have a good show, Dick.
Oh, Michael, wait a minute. Where have you been? I've been trying to reach you all week. You never returned my calls.
Didn't I? Sorry. What's the problem?
Well, you never told me how hard it was to get guests. I mean, you said it'd take a couple hours. I've been on the phone all week calling people.
Gee, I hope you got somebody.
Yeah, I did. I don't know how good he is. I got him at the last minute.
Well, what's his book?
The Complete History of the Universe.
Sounds good. What's the problem?
This is it.
Well, don't worry. The game will probably go into overtime. You'll just be on for a few minutes anyway. Have a good one.
2 minutes, Mr. Loudon.
Have you seen my guest? That's starting to hurt.
Excuse me, Mr. Loudon?
Yes.
My name is Lloyd Mininger. I'm supposed to be your guest today.
My guest's name is Donald Boone.
Well, apparently Mr. Boone couldn't make it, and I'm supposed to be a replacement.
Oh, great. Just what I needed.
I'm sorry if that's a problem.
No, that's all right. I haven't read your book.
I have it right here.
Up the Amazon by Colonel Lloyd Mininger. You're a colonel?
Yes, Air Force, but I'm retired.
Oh. What's the book about?
It's about a canoe trip I took up the Amazon a couple of years ago.
1 minute, Mr. Loudon.
Okay, do you think you can talk about this for 10 or 15 minutes?
Oh, I can talk about this for days.
Great. Thank you. Okay, I'll introduce you, and then I'll say, tell us about your trip, Colonel, and then you take it from there.
Fine.
Okay, when I give you your cue, read this. In 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hi, I'm Dick Loudon, and this is Book Talk. For those of you who are used to seeing Paul Fraser sitting in this chair, I should tell you that Paul has decided to leave and go on to what I'm sure will be an incredibly successful career doing something else. Just a personal note. Good luck, Paul. This one's for you. My guest in the studio today is Colonel Lloyd Mininger. He's written a fascinating book called Up the Amazon. Colonel, tell us about your trip.
Thank you, Dick. I've always been fascinated by stories about the Amazon. So when I retired from the Air Force, I arranged for some guides and canoes, and after months of planning, set out to travel from the mouth to the source of the Amazon. The whole trip was a medley of pain and pleasure.
And why is that, Colonel?
Well, there were times the mosquitoes were so thick we couldn't see each other. And sometimes the air was so heavy we felt we were drinking it instead of breathing it. And yet, the sheer spectacle of those deep green rainforests, unspoiled by any man, was worth every inconvenience.
Now, did you get to the source of the river?
Not quite, Dick. About 5 months into the trip, we decided to explore a tributary hundreds of miles from any civilization. A day or two into this side trip, we pulled the canoes over to the bank and decided to do some exploring on foot. We walked for several miles when we came upon a clearing in the jungle that had some of the most breathtaking scenery I think I've ever seen.
Well, why don't you tell us about it, Colonel?
Well, Dick, it was a beautiful primeval valley filled with hundreds of varieties of exotic vegetation, and perhaps most amazing, a herd of prehistoric dinosaurs.
What?
That's right, Dick. Some docile brontosauri, flying pterodactyls, and of course the king of these great beasts, the carnivorous Tyrannosaurus rex. Needless to say, we were shocked. Amazed. Simultaneously amazed and terrified, we were torn between running for our lives and running for our cameras.
Are you trying to tell us that you found dinosaurs in South America?
Correct, Dick. Of course, I would not be making these claims without documented proof. I have here an actual, unretouched photo clearly showing the existence of these giant reptiles.
I can't make out anything in that.
Well, of course, it was taken from the air.
Wait a minute. I thought you said you made the trip by canoe.
We did, Dick. But we were graciously transported aloft to take this photograph by the extraterrestrials who live in the area.
Extraterrestrials.
That's right. They are actually ball-shaped and communicate through telepathy.
Don't go away. Not that you would. We'll be right back after this word from our sponsor.
And we're into commercial. Right, okay, great. Yes, Dick. Michael Howard. Terrific.
Thank you.
Can we get makeup here?
Michael, could I talk to you for a second?
After the show, Dick.
Just look at the monitor, Dick. I'll cue you when the commercial's over.
Hi, friends. Kirk Devane, owner of the Minuteman Cafe. How much would you pay for this delicious, juicy, all-beef hamburger patty on a wonderful white bread bun? Well, don't answer yet. What if I threw in a very green lettuce leaf, an entire onion slice, and some lip-smacking pickles? Now how much would you pay? Well, don't say anything, because at the Minuteman, we also give you your choice of condiments. Mustard or ketchup. Now, you might expect to pay as much as $15 or $20 for a meal like this at some restaurants. But at the Minuteman, the monster meal in a bun is only $3.29. You heard me right, $3.29. And they are irresistible. Why, this lady here, turn around, is on her 4th burger. Yes, a perfectly attractive woman willing to eat herself into obesity for my burgers. And you will too, once you've had a monster meal in the bun at Kirk Devane's Minuteman Cafe next door to the Stratford Inn, owned by your book talk host, Dick Loudon. Back to you, Dick. We're back. Cue, Dick.
Right. We're talking with retired Air Force Colonel Lloyd Menninger, who has written a book called Up the Amazon, in which he purports to have seen dinosaurs and aliens living somewhere in Brazil. Colonel, I'm sure that you'll have to admit that you've made some extraordinary claims, and at the risk of sounding realistic, it seems to me that if there were dinosaurs and alien beings on the banks of the Amazon, we would have heard about it before this.
Well, not from me, Dick. I've been in hiding.
Hiding?
Correct, Dick. The government is trying to kill me. Obviously, when I say government, I mean specifically the CIA. They know that if this information were to get out, it would panic the public.
But you're not hiding now.
Well, Dick, I didn't feel I could pass up an opportunity to speak on television. I've been trying for months to tell my story over the airwaves. But as we all know, the 3 major networks, as well as PBS and most cable channels, are now controlled by the Soviet Union.
Okay, I'm afraid that's all the time we have for today.
4 more minutes, Dick.
Not from me, pal. This is Dick Loudon for Book Talk saying goodbye. And please try to forget this.
And how long have you been in the KGB, Dick?
Meow.